Hey cruisers, I'm Sherry with Cruise Tips TV. Happy 2017 to you. Welcome to our first vlog of 2017. Yay, we're so excited. I hope everyone is doing well. Would love to hear what you did for New Year's, especially if you went on a cruise and had a New Year's Eve experience on a cruise ship. Leave it in the comments below. We would also like to let all of you know that we are super duper close to 10,000 subscribers. This is a really big goal of ours, and we would love it if you would help us to reach our goal by subscribing and of course always liking and commenting if you'd like to. We don't do the high pressure subscribe and like thing around here because we want you to watch our channel because it's something that you enjoy, not because it's something that we talked you into. But if you're so inclined, please do subscribe, tell all of your cruising friends about us, and help us reach our goal of 10,000 subscribers. In other news, we are really excited because it's that time of year when wave season is starting. Wave season is the time of year when cruise lines typically discount their cruises between January and March approximately. We're filming today on January 1st right now. You'll be seeing this a little bit later in the week, probably on Tuesday the 3rd. But I jumped out of bed this morning and got online and tried to see if any of the bargains had hit yet, and I'm not seeing anything. I did see that Norwegian is having kind of an onboard credit promotion, and they've extended their free perks type of promotion where you can get onboard dining credits, drink packages, internet, shore excursions, and third and fourth guest free. That's been extended. They're also doing some onboard credit in addition to that, but I'm not seeing any difference in prices across any of the lines just yet. So I think I probably need to be a little bit more patient, right? We haven't made any cruise announcements lately because we don't have any booked or planned. I am keeping an eye on a few. I'm very interested in Norwegian Bliss. Norwegian Bliss is the custom ship that's coming out for Alaska sailing that has not even opened for booking yet, but will be ready for booking for summer of 2018. So as soon as that opens up, I'm going to get online and see if there are any good values that might be worth a flight to Seattle for us. We're also strongly considering the Carnival Splendor, which would be a round trip LA voyage when Splendor relocates here to Southern California. That is also something that would be next year in 2018. Splendor doesn't come out until 2018, but it'll be a newer ship to us. We've been on the ship, but it's been probably a good, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 years, so we'd love to get back on that again. We're also kind of looking at summer, spring trips on the Miracle, but we have nothing booked. We're just trying to kind of look for values and bargains right now. So if anybody knows any good deals for Southern California cruises out of LA or San Diego that are 7 nights or longer, please let us know. We'd love to hear about it. Let's see what else we have going on right now. We have some fun questions for everyone today, some unique questions. Helen Fortune has been very patient for the last few weeks while we did some research on her question. She's going on Freedom of the Seas over to Europe and wants to know a little bit about the tipping customs in Europe. And that's not something that I know a whole lot about, Helen. So I did some research for you, and I looked at a website that I think you probably heard of before, and it's ricksteves.com, just like it sounds. And Rick's general advice, he has a whole section, by the way, on tipping in Europe. So make sure you go to ricksteves.com, go to the travel tips section, money, and tipping in Europe. There's an entire area on the site for this. But generally speaking, Rick says that the best thing to do is add €1 or 2 for each person in your party when in doubt. You don't want to over tip. It's really nothing like tipping in the US. And what Rick's website says is that you should do as the Europeans do and tip when you think the service is great. For taxis, he said that you should round up to the next euro on the fare. For hotels, you should pay the porter €1 for each bag the porter carries. That kind of sounds a lot like what we do here in the States. But when in doubt, ask around. Maybe ask the guest services desk or the shore excursions desk on your cruise if that helps. So check out Rick Steves' website there, Helen, and I think that you're going to be just fine. Don't worry too much about it. It sounds like you're going to be okay if you tip on the lower end of things versus going too extravagant. I know you had talked a little bit about not wanting to be, kind of a show off with tipping. I think you're right. Be more conservative. Hopefully I didn't miss anything for you. Jamie Campbell wrote to us this week and said that Jamie's going on a Southern Caribbean cruise for their 40th birthday. Happy birthday to you. And wants to know what to do in Aruba, Curacao, and Grand Cayman. I've only been, Jamie, to Grand Cayman, and if I were going back, I'd probably do Stingray City or do something at 7 Mile Beach. But I'd like to ask our subscribers for tips on Aruba and Curacao and Grand Cayman. If you could leave some comments below for Jamie, everyone, that would be awesome. awesome. I haven't been to the Southern Caribbean ports that Jamie is mentioning. Next, we have Izzy Mayer wanting to get some advice for a 3-day cruise on Carnival Victory in the Bahamas on a 3-night cruise. Izzy is taking the 12 and 14-year-olds and wants to know what there is to do other than Circle C. I think that some things on that ship that their kids are going to enjoy, Izzy, would be the Twister water slide, the dive-in movies, which is the movies out by the pool, eating pizza, and meeting new friends. This is a short cruise. They're not going to be bored. They're not going to have time to get bored, so don't worry too much about it. You probably won't see too much of them after embarkation. Encourage them to try to make friends at the sail-away party and get involved in activities at Circle C immediately. Then there just will be no question from that point about fun. They're probably just going to naturally fall into a little group of friends that they'll spend time with the entire time. Hope that helps. We have some tips this week from our subscribers. Something we always love to hear from you all is your cruise tips, and we love to feature them on our weekly vlogs. One of our friends, Arij Dervesh, who is one of our YouTube subscribers and has her own YouTube channel, said that she has a tip for you all that if you don't want to spend a lot of money in the Bahamas, then get a driver to take you on a city tour. Arij and her family did that in Nassau and Freeport, Bahamas, and said that it's a great tip. And I appreciate that, Arij, because we do get a lot of people asking what to do in Nassau. A ton. Almost weekly, someone says, what do I do in the Bahamas? I just don't know. And that's a really good tip. Usually what we tell everyone to do is go to Atlantis and just walk around and check it out, but I like your idea. It's very unique. Thank you. Carol Pardun has some tips on motion sickness for you guys, some really great common sense tips that I'd like to share. Carol gets super sick on ships, like just gets sick just thinking about it. And has some things that we should definitely be thinking about. One of them is if you're in the fitness center using the exercise equipment to make sure that you don't move in the opposite way the ship is moving. You guys have probably noticed that on cruise ships, the treadmills always face forward, or generally speaking, they face forward, not always. But you're gonna feel more comfortable if you're walking in the direction the ship is going. If you get on a treadmill that's facing backwards or sideways, it will make you feel terrible, is what Carol is saying. The other advice, which I think is excellent common sense advice from Carol, is if you're feeling poorly, if you're feeling the motion sickness coming on, to get outside and smell the ocean air, that's really, really helpful. Getting outside, looking up can be very helpful. Another final tip that Carol has on motion sickness, which is very unique, and I also have never heard this one before, is to check out websites for sailors. Sailors have killer tips, obviously, on combating motion sickness, and Carol did that when sailing across the Gulf Stream a number of years ago. So thank you, Carol, for that wonderful bundle of tips. That's awesome. We have a subscriber, a new subscriber, Boat Lover. Hey, welcome. Thank you so much for subscribing. We really appreciate it. Talking a little bit about cabin choices on a cruise. And this is something I've thought of before, but never thought to mention because it's a subconscious decision you make when you're booking a cabin. If you're looking at all the deck plans and you're kind of trying to see what's around the cabins that you're choosing. Boat Lover said, another tip is to look at the ship deck plans and don't book a cabin near a white area on the plan. This is a crew area where work is being done. Super good tip. So what Boat Lover means is that when you're looking at a deck plan, sometimes you'll see a bank of cabins and then you'll see empty space right next to it, like a big chunk of empty space. Oftentimes that could be an area where the crew brings luggage in and out. It can be very noisy. They might bring their morning, those big rolling carts that they have with all their stuff on it. They may chatter in there. They may be a supply closet. So it is a little bit risky. I've had situations where I've booked next to a white area and it was perfectly fine. There was nothing there and there really is no way to research it and find out usually. And I've had times when it's been a little bit noisy. So thank you so much, Boat Lover, for that awesome tip. We appreciate it. Everyone have a wonderful first couple of weeks of your new year. We have a very fun episode, a special kickoff episode coming for you this Thursday. Be sure to watch for it. And thank you all so much again for liking, commenting, and subscribing. We appreciate it. And we always, always, always appreciate your episode ideas as well. So leave them in the comments below for 2017. It's a fresh year. We can't wait to hear what you want to hear from us. And until next time, we'll see you on the high seas. Bye. Hey, click me to subscribe. Okay, don't put that in the video or you're gonna be in big trouble. No, you're not. You don't get to put nose itching in the video.